The buzzword to encounter the issue of climate change is coordination, cooperation and convergence. In our country also, if we have good coordination and convergence in different schemes we can tackle in the form of making awareness among the citizens. All the stakeholders can be sensitized on the issue, and particularly small farm holders, they have to be trained in such a way that they can have adaptive capability with them. Climate finance is also one of the issue, but Honorable Chair will talk upon those points. At this point of time, I will stop here. But yes, it was a very successful grant program, and our National Institute CRIDA took a lead under the dynamic support and command of our Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, who stayed here almost 5 days, watching and guiding us in a very beautiful way. Maybe small thing, but very important to give a clear message from our country to all the partners of G20. And it was a very successful program, I can say here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajveer. In fact, please settle down, and Doordarshan Live is going on now. And now I request Dr. S.K. Chaudhary. Vikas Mandal साहब बाद में बात करेंगे ना, वोट ऑफ दैट क्लास में. Now I request Dr. S.K. Chaudhary, DDG ICR, and he is also the chairman of this G20 technical workshop which is going on here in Hyderabad. I request Dr. S.K. Chaudhary.
Thank you very much, Bala. First, let me add my own words of welcoming all of you. It was very important for the ICAR, the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, to have this technical workshop organized. I'm very happy to announce that when the MAX meeting of G20, MAX stands for Meeting of Agricultural Chief Scientists. It happened in Varanasi in India. And in that meeting, India has committed that we are going to organize 2 technical workshops. You are all aware that India has organized more than 56 now, 56 big events of G20 on various of subjects. And each event had 1 or 2 side events. So ICAR agreed to have 2 side events, one on climate resilient agriculture, which is concluded today, and one more just concluded last week. It was on One Health concept, which was held in Bangalore. This workshop is very important because climate resilient agriculture is a subject being discussed, deliberated on almost all the platforms all across the globe, not only in the country. So climate resilient agriculture is also equally important, and climate resilient agricultural research is the most important. And from that point of view, this event was very, very important, and the opportunity was given to Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture, CRIDA, which is located right here in Hyderabad, Santosh Nagar, and the farm right here, all of you are here. So as my colleague has said, the participants from G20 countries were there. Besides, we invited some of our friendly countries to participate in this. So in that list, Mauritius and Oman, they have given a positive response and they are present in this meeting. The meeting was successful, certainly. Why we say that it was successful? Because it has led to develop a common understanding amongst the countries which were present. Common understanding to have a platform wherein we can share our experiences, we can share our knowledge, and we can exchange the shared knowledge with each other. All the countries, they are wonderfully doing in the area of climate change research. But I'm very happy to inform you that India is one of the leading countries across the globe which have invested heavily in climate change research, and also our technology of climate resilient agriculture. Our technologies are very robust, very strong. Amongst all the positive developments, we have large number of varieties of crops which are available for different climatic extremes, whether it is drought, whether it is a rising temperature, whether it is flood, whether it is frost, or very long winters, or you name. Even during the cyclones and extreme weather conditions, we have some contingency measures to adopt. India's climate change research started roughly 2 decades back. And based on our experience in the last 2 decades, now we came up with wonderful technology. And also we have a flagship program which rarely any other countries have. And that flagship program is called National Innovations in Climate Resilient Agriculture. That is being led by this institute, and this institute has paved a path, and it is showing a way forward to the whole world that how climate change research will help in adaptation and co-benefits towards mitigation. When we talk of gases emission, when we talk of enhanced temperatures, when we talk of joint effect of enhanced temperature and enhanced carbon dioxide concentration, then we also should have some technology. Friends, for last 7 years or 10 years, you might have seen that many a times there was rise in temperature, there was shoot up in temperature suddenly. There was untimely rains, there was cyclonic events, there used to be very heavy winds during the maturity periods of the crop lodging happens. But despite of that, if you see the production data, the production figures are increasing. I mean, the food crop production figures, they are increasing, not only in food crops, but horticultural crops as well. And you know, India is now #1 milk producer. So in this climate resilient summit or climate resilient sub-event, we discussed not only crops and agriculture, core agriculture, but we have included the subject of animals, we included the subject of fisheries, aquaculture, poultry. So it was comprehensive discussion on all the aspects which are vulnerable to and sensitive to climate change and weather extremes. 3 sessions were devised in such a manner. Session 1 was just of sharing the scientific knowledge each country has, because every country had its own knowledge base for climate resilient agriculture, and they are conducting research of their own area. For India, large diversity is there, but this much diversity may not exist in other countries, but still they have their own stories and knowledge to share. So this was a very long session. First full day we devoted for that. We understood, we listened their concerns. And not only their concern, not only G20, but we invited very important organizations globally which are working in the area of climate research. So they also shared their experiences, and then jointly everybody was benefited. Then we went to the next session where we just strived hard to understand how best we can upskill the technologies which are available. For example, the people in India, our farmers, rural people, they have their own ways of understanding of this climate. It's not first time we are introducing climate change research in this country. So how to take advantage of their traditional knowledge, how to blend that traditional knowledge with the modern tools and techniques and modern knowledge, and come up with better technology capsules and enter into a transfer chain or technology transfer chain and disseminate the technology at the highest level. So models of bottom-up approach, models of top-down approach, both with upscaling and downscaling, how best we can help nations to upscale their technology. So this we discussed, and a lot of discussion took place and good recommendations emerged. And then third part, most of the countries, they have some policies for climate change research and to adapt the climate change situation without compromising the agricultural productivity, including livestock and fisheries. So what policies will help? What kind of institutional arrangements be made what kind of governance should be there if you have to mainstream the climate research and climate technologies, then what kind of policy decisions required and in which way we should move forward. And if you have to move collectively, what should be the collective wisdom and in which direction we should go. Therefore, all these aspects were discussed in depths and dimensions. But the most important point, which I would like to share with you, that all the countries, they agreed and they want to have a common platform on which we can regularly share our climate experiences. This will not only help India, but also help other countries. For example, one example is just neighboring countries, if some disease emerges. So how and in which direction that disease will spread? What kind of surveillance system we should have? That disease is affecting only to animals or only to birds or animal and birds together or in human being also, so that we can immediately take the precautionary measures. So these kind of things will happen. Similarly, meteorological understanding. The meteorological data, you must be agree with me that if you look back 1 decade back, meteorological forecast, people used to laugh. When there is a forecast of rain, rain will not be there. When there is no forecast of rain, then rain will definitely happen. So we used to laugh and we used to crack the jokes. But now, just see, if you see weather report and the short range forecasts are made very, very accurately. So a lot of modifications have taken place, simulation modeling, and also some scientific developments have taken place in forecasting the rains or even other extreme events of weather and climate. So these are the positive things happening. And some countries where economy is completely dependent on agriculture, but some countries economy may not depend on agriculture, they may not assign the equal importance what India is assigning. But this provides G20 kind of this kind of event, particularly on technical aspect. Exclusively technical aspect was discussed here. We did not discuss any other political or any other condition. Our discussion was limited only to technical happenings and scientific developments in the area of climate resilient agriculture, including livestock and fisheries. So we discussed field crops, we discussed horticultural crops, we discussed livestock, we discussed poultry, we discussed fisheries, we discussed aquaculture as a whole. So whether it's marine fisheries, inland fisheries, brackish water or fresh water or cold water, whatever it is. So a lot of discussions took place, and our recommendations are in the process of, draft recommendations are ready, but again we are sharing with our counterparts in different countries. They will further give their input and we will refine our recommendations. These recommendations we are trying to provide to the main event which is happening in the next week right there in Delhi. So this recommendation will be of great use, and all the countries, all the G20 countries, they will be benefited from this event. But most important aspect for our country is that they came here, we learned, we understood, we exchanged our ideas, we exchanged our scientific knowledge with them, and definitely the knowledge which we have today, that will be very useful to the others, and also they have done some good research that will be useful to us as well. And this will not only pave a path for futuristic kind of research, but also it will help us to refine and redefine our development goals, our development plans, our governmental schemes, and this way, slowly but definitely, we'll be moving forward. So in overall, as a chair, I would say I express a sense of great satisfaction that this technical workshop was a great success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary. Agricultural research plays a pivotal role in agricultural development, where agriculture is the backbone of our